Hi, everyone. Today I'm joined by Krista Glazewski. She's from the Friday Institute, and I'm delighted to have her join us to talk about a recent grant that she received. Krista, tell us about the grant.
Sure. Well, the short name of the grant is Primary AI. We are inspired by the idea that kids will have enthusiasm for just about anything that is exciting to them. So, in the context of Primary AI, we are teaching kids in grades 3 through 5 to learn about artificial intelligence as it might be applied to questions of inquiry in science. And we're working from the assumption that kids, as both consumers of artificial intelligence, as well as the future leaders in this space, will benefit from knowing about how artificial intelligence works, how it can impact their daily lives, and how they can think about the ethical questions involved with building models that reason and inform AI-driven solutions.
It seemed like your grant had a particular focus on rural students. And so, what do you see are particular challenges there, and how do you think your grant can address those?
Well, we know that rural communities tend to offer a lot of benefits. Rural communities tend to be really have a strong rural identity. There are lots of funds of knowledge and funds of experience that learners bring, systems of practice that tend to be really complex because of the daily lives that people have within the rural communities. We also know that rural communities tend to not benefit as much from the kinds of innovations that are existing, whether those be technology or pedagogical. We want to just ensure access to the kinds of innovations that exist if they aren't near a major research university where they have the chance to partner on pedagogical or technological innovations. So, driven by these two aims, we are focusing on building the acumen and the capacity of teachers in rural communities to bring these innovative pedagogies to their classroom contexts.
Nice. And so, kind of in a different direction, you're the director of the Friday Institute for Educational Innovation. And so, how are you thinking of this in your role there and the team
Mhm.
that you work with about AI kind of in general and maybe some of the opportunity available to us in the education community? And then also, again, maybe some challenges you
Mhm.
see.
Yeah. Well, one of the main values and the areas of impact for the Pride Institute is in areas of translational research. We
Mhm.
really aim to bring research and evidence driven innovation and practice into classroom contexts. Part of that means that we have to think about local adaptation and local customization,
Mhm.
in addition to other aspects like local policies, like local resources, right? So within this context, we really try to bring locally adapted approaches, frameworks, tools, again, innovations, technologies into the local classroom in a way that understands the conditions of those contexts. So primary AI is an example of how translational research can happen because here we've got an existing project, we've got this pedagogical learning environment that we have a lot of confidence that we can translate into practice across a number of rural contexts.
Yeah.
A lot of our projects look similar, whether they are data science, whether they involve other digital learning, whether it involves bringing tech infrastructure, whether it involves direct youth programs as well. So, a lot of the work that comes out of the Friday Institute has this translational research aspect to it somewhere along that pipeline.
Nice. So by translational research, you're saying some research into practice. Like we want to make sure that we're
Yeah,
really impacting the day-to-day lives of teachers and kids. Yeah.
yeah. And
Any,
bridging back from the day-to-day lives of in
Mhm.
research of teachers and kids, bridging that back to the
Right.
research environment. So
Yeah.
we see it as kind of a two-way conduit that it
Mhm.
is both a bridge of research into practice and the bridge back from practice into research.
Nice. Yeah. So it's instead of just always outside in, we're working with the insiders and the people who have the craft knowledge. Nice.
That's
Any
right.
events coming up for the Friday Institute or things that
Oh
you're
yeah,
working on?
sure. We are very excited to be honoring Alfred Mays of the Borough's Welcome Fund as our Friday medalist coming up. And this is on November 17th, so we're excited to be honoring him and having him join our kind of Friday medalist cohort. Um, in the spring, we'll be relaunching our Real Issues, Real Data series. This is a series we launched last year, and it's kind of a rip from the headlines series where we think about something that's new or that seems to be in people's consciousness or it's in the news a lot at the moment. We tend to stand up then a webinar about that or an in-person convening, try to bring lots of voices to the issue so that we can be informed by all the interest holders that issue might touch. And so we bring together voices from educators, from leaders, from policymakers, from researchers, um, and any other interest holder that issue might touch, oftentimes students. We try to bring in all the range of voices to really talk and think about, if from my perspective, from my seat at the table, what does this issue look like to me? What might be some of the implications of policy based on this issue or research or practice?
That sounds amazing. Well, thank you for all your work as the director of the Friday Institute, and good luck with your grant. We appreciate you being here today.
Thank you, Megan. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye. Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.